Hello everybody and welcome to my first video on my channel. This is Bugout Blitz, and today I'm going to be talking about my fire starting kit that I carry in my Bugout bag. Now a lot of you are saying, wow, this is quite a large container full of goodies. It is a waterproof, shockproof case that I picked up at, I think it was Dick's Sporting Goods. And I've actually had this case for quite some time, and I've had to implement this case before. For those of you who don't know me, I was involved in a bug-out situation about 10 years ago. It was in Hurricane Katrina, and I was down there working in the oil field, and I lived in Louisiana for the off weeks that I was working, and I actually had just started making bug-out bags at that point, and I was about 18 years old, and I was rendered homeless, and I managed to survive with my bug-out bag, making my way all the way to northern Louisiana to a first aid or a Red Cross shelter, and eventually I caught a bus all the way back up to New England. So in any event, I have been in a bug-out situation, and that is considered a bug-out situation, survival situation. You have to excuse me for my sniffling. I am a little sick. So today we're going to go through what I have in my fire starting kit. First and foremost, I have a torch, a flashlight. It's important to have some source of light other than fire, just because you never know if you're not going to be able to see what you're doing, and it's in the middle of the night and you need to collect some dry tinder. You have a cheap flashlight to help you out. I have a pack of 4 brand new. Basically, they're not Bics. I don't think. I think one of them is a Bic lighter, but they're butane lighters. This will be my first way to start a fire would be with the butane lighters. I wouldn't jump to any of my emergency stuff. I have a Smith & Wesson Bullseye straight edge knife. This is if you want to use this to shave off thin pieces of bark, defend yourself, whatever. It's in the kit. It's kind of like an emergency knife. If you lose your bag and all you have is your fire starting kit, well, you have some way to defend yourself and start fires. So I also have 4 packets of wet fire. And the way this stuff works is it's basically a cube of really flammable tinder, and it tells you scrape tinder shavings into pile to light, and then basically you drop this in there and you light it on fire, and it burns for about 4 minutes, I believe, and you get good amount of time to either dry out the tinder you're trying to light, or to light the actual tinder that you're lighting, maybe on a windy day or something. I also have, and a lot of people don't really know this trick, steel wool and a 9-volt battery. Steel wool, the light version, the light grain, light coarse, not coarse, but like the lighter version. It's very like cottony and thin. And a 9-volt battery, when you touch it to it, it lights on fire. And it stays on fire, and you can actually probably light it about 2 times. And this will be good for dry, lighting dry tinder. And this is like my last resort fire starting, or second to last resort fire starting option. So that's a pretty cool trick. If you don't know how that works, I would suggest looking it up. Of course, I have cotton. These are actually gun cleaning cloths, but I have so many of them that I decided to just throw them in here. I used to carry cotton balls in here, but there's honestly these, believe it or not, when you soak them or rub petroleum jelly on them and you lay them flat and you stack like 2 or 3, they last for a very long time, and they're very good to start fire with. I also have not just 1, but 2 waterproof matches. Obviously, just another source of ignition for the kit. I also have a magnesium stick, which obviously is like my last resort fire starting tool. And then I also have a case of petroleum jelly, and for those of you who know what petroleum jelly is, you'll understand why it's in my kit. Very, very simple kit. I could add to it, I could remove from it, but this is basically anything that you would need to start a fire in a survival situation, or if you're just camping. Things I could add to this. I could definitely add a bag of cotton balls or even dry tinder sticks or shavings. Sawdust is a really good thing to mix with petroleum jelly. I'm probably going to add a couple crayons in here too. And for those of you who don't know about crayons, crayons are really good survival candles. Look that up too. See if that's something you want to include in your bug out bag. I may add 2 or 3 crayons to this kit. Maybe a couple small, the little round candles instead of the crayons, but the crayons are smaller, thinner, easier to fit in here, and it's already jam-packed as it is. So that's pretty much it for the bug out kit, or the fire starting kit. I generally don't go right to this kit immediately. This is like my major starting kit. I have a secondary kit as well that goes with this, and it's in a blue container, and it's also a waterproof container. And you must say, oh, why do you keep it in a waterproof container and not in a small pouch or something like that? Well, the reason being for that is I do not want to run into the situation where I'm submerged in water and I cannot start a fire because my bug out bag is soaked, rendering everything in it pretty much useless. And that is something I do not want to run into for a problem. So as you can see, everything fits right back in there. The seal's nice and tight. I have submerged this in water for an hour and not had a single problem. So that's pretty much the fire kit, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please don't forget to subscribe and put your comments below in the comments section. I will be making quite a few more videos, including tools you should have with you and the actual setup of my personal bug out bag that I carry with me on a daily basis. Again, this is Bug Out Blitz. Thanks for watching my video, and tune in next time for another awesome survival tips video.